Okay, join your hands, close your eyes. Let's say our morning prayers. Close your eyes, all of you. So straight.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Okay, join your hands. Our Father in heaven, holy be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread and forgive us our sins as we forgive those
पसंद तो
who
नहीं
sin
रहते इनके पढ़ाई
against
करने में
us. Do not bring us
मैं तो
to
संग
the
बात करूँ ना
test, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Okay, a very good morning to all of you. Welcome to your English
बोलो
class.
बच्चे मेरी
Sayansh,
गलती है यस
Sayansh child, your mic is on and camera is off. आपका mic on है, camera off है. Okay. Now children, let me tell you one thing before we begin with our class. These are your online classes going on, but this is normal school that we are having now because that's the need of the hour. You have to dress up neatly and sit down. All of you, you have to see that you dress up neatly and sit down properly. If possible, try and sit on a chair. Okay? बिकॉज आप जो बेड पर बैठते हैं तो आप बिल्कुल रिलैक्स हो जाते हैं बेड पर. आपको मन करता है कभी कभी कि हम बिल्कुल इजी हो जाए और you do nicely cross your legs and sit down. Some of you are not tying your hair. Some of the girls, their hair is lying open. This is not the right way to sit down for your classes. You have to make sure that you are sitting properly, neatly dressed up for your classes. You can see your teacher also dresses up properly and sits for class. So you also have to dress up nicely, neatly, and you have to be on time. You have to join the class on time. You don't have to be late. Some children, they are joining the class when it is about to finish. It's only 20 minutes class, children. Try to be on time. अगर आप 8:20 पर क्लास फिनिश हो रही है और आप 8:10, 8:15 पर ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं तो आपकी क्लास तो मिस हो जाएगी. ओके, सो ट्राई एंड बी पंक्चुअल. दैट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, राइट? नाउ फोल्ड योर हैंड्स, सिट स्ट्रेट. आई टोल्ड यू टू कीप योर लिटरेचर बुक्स रेडी. We are going to do English literature today and we are going to start with a new lesson today. I hope you've got the books ready with you. Give me a thumbs up. All of you? That's nice. Okay. So open to page number 4040. Page number 4040. And put page number 40, lesson number 7, The Ugly Duckling. Put over there second term and today's date. Second term and today's date. The date is 15/10/2020.
मैम
Yes.
आप सब्जेक्ट कौन सा बोल रही हैं?
भाविका, इंग्लिश लिटरेचर. आपने टाइम टेबल चेक नहीं करा था बेटे? कल हमने मॉर्निंग में क्लास के बाद ग्रुप में मैसेज भी डाला था कि आज हम इंग्लिश लिटरेचर करेंगे.
अच्छा,
यस.
इंग्लिश लिटरेचर तो इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज वाली का.
आपने कौन सी बुक रखी हुई है अपने सामने? जस्ट चेक योर बुक
अच्छा मैम,
भाविका.
अच्छा मैम मैं निकाल रही हूँ.
ओके. पेज नंबर 40. Now children, on page number 40, you have two pictures. There's a duck, mother duck with her little ducklings. Ducklings are baby ducks, right? and you have to find 8 differences between both the pictures. You have to look at the pictures and you have to spot out the differences. Now this you will do at home. In your leisure time you will sit down and you will enjoy finding the differences. So put over there HW. You'll sit down with mummy and enjoy that exercise. Okay, now we are going to begin with the lesson. That is page number 41. You have the story of the ugly duckling. It has been taken from Hans Christian Andersen's The Ugly Duckling. On page number 41, there's a beautiful picture down below. There it is written, adapted from Hans Christian Andersen. He is the author of the book, The Ugly Duckling, and the story has been taken from there. So now, first I'll just tell you the story in brief. Fold your hands, sit straight, and listen to the story. Taiba Mustafa, fold your hands, sit straight. What are you raising, Mustafa? Fold your hands. Okay, now once upon a time, there was a mother duck. She laid some eggs in her nest and then she used to sit on them to keep the eggs warm. After some time, those eggs hatch, they break, and beautiful ducklings, little babies ducks come out from those eggs. And they were very happy, all the little ducklings. See the picture on page number 41. The beautiful little ducklings, the yellow ones, and the mother duck is there. Now what happens? All the eggs start hatching one after another. Then one last egg, it was a very big one. When that egg hatches, out comes a big ugly duckling. Now look at the picture. You can see on page number 41, the first picture, page number 41, the first picture, you can see a grey color duckling there. Give me a thumbs up. Can you see? Okay. Now that grey color duckling, when all the other ducklings saw that one of their brothers is very ugly, they were very sad. They said, oh, he's looking so ugly. They did not want to spend time. They were very sad. They said, we don't want to stay with you. Then this poor duckling, he feels very sad and he runs away. He runs away from the family and then he goes and stays in another place. He goes to a farm. And slowly, when he was growing big, he became a beautiful swan. A beautiful white swan. It grew up and became a beautiful white swan. उसके बाद उसको कभी भी अपने आप पर sad नहीं होना पड़ा. He said, now I've become so beautiful. He was so happy. But children, you must remember what we learn from the story is that we must never make fun of anyone. कभी भी किसी का मजाक नहीं उड़ाना चाहिए. Everybody is beautiful in their own way. Everybody has their own talents. God has gifted everybody, so we must never make fun of anyone. कभी किसी का मजाक नहीं उड़ाना चाहिए, otherwise they feel sad. Right? Now I'm going to read the story. Put your finger there. We are going to read line by line and you will follow in your books. The Ugly Duckling. A duck lays some eggs in her nest. She sits on the eggs to keep them warm. At last, the eggs break. Little ducks come out. Only one egg is left. It is a very big one. At last it breaks. Out comes a big, ugly duckling. His brothers and sisters laugh at him because he is different. Different means वो सबसे अलग था. The poor duckling is very sad. He runs away. Soon it is winter. Winter season comes. He spends the days in a farm. Where does he spend his days? He spends his days in a farm. Then the spring follows. Now children, winter season, when it is very cold, we like to wear all our warm clothes and we like to stay indoors. After that, then when the winters are about to go slowly, little light, mild winters when we have, that is the time when we have the spring season. And you have beautiful flowers in the spring season. You have lovely flowers and it is not very cold. You like to go around also. That is the time when we like to go for outings and picnics because it's not very hot and it's not very cold. So the spring season comes. One day he sees some swans on the lake. He sees some swans on the lake. When he goes into the water, he sees, can you see the picture? There are some swans there. He says, they are so beautiful. He says, they are so beautiful. Then he looks into the water. He sees himself in the water. You can see your reflection in the water, children, right? जब आप पानी में देखते हैं तो आपको अपना reflection दिखता है ना? So this little swan who was now a big beautiful one, he looked into the water and then what he sees? He is not an ugly duckling anymore. He is a beautiful white swan. The children say, oh, look at the lovely swan. He is so handsome. Handsome is a word we use for the boys, for the males. So when the children look at the swan, they say, oh, look at him. He's so lovely. He's so handsome. The little duckling is happy now. जब कोई आपको प्रेज करता है, आपकी तारीफ करता है तो आपको अच्छा लगता है ना? Yes? So the little swan who was little duckling who was a swan now was very happy. जब उसने सुना वहां पर खड़े होकर सब बच्चे लोग उसको प्रेज कर रहे हैं, so that little duckling, the big swan now, was very happy. So he lived happily over there with all the other swans. Now children, once again I'm going to read the lesson, you will follow, and then I'm going to ask one by one some of you to read it. Listen carefully to the story once again. The ugly duckling. A duck lays some eggs in her nest. She sits on the eggs to keep them warm. That word is warm. W-A-R-M. At last, the eggs break. Little ducks come out. Only one egg is left. It is a very big one. At last it breaks. Out comes a big ugly duckling. His brothers and sisters laugh at him because he is different. The poor duckling is very sad. He runs away. Soon it is winter. He spends the days in a farm. Then spring follows. One day he sees some swans on the lake. He says, they are so beautiful. Then he looks into the water. He sees himself in the water. He is not an ugly duckling anymore. He is a beautiful white swan. The children say, oh, look at the lovely swan. He is so handsome. The little duckling is happy now. Today I'll be sending you the difficult words, children. You will do them in your English literature copy and you will learn them up also. Now pay attention. I'm going to ask one by one to read. So all of you put your finger there on your books. Page number 41. Okay, Ashwika, begin reading, child.
A duck.
First you give the name of the lesson.
The
Hmm. Ugly.
ugly duckling.
Very good.
A duck long
Lays. 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 Lays.
and in her nest.
Yes. Next line.
He sits on the eggs to keep them
Warm.
warm.
Okay, good. Thank you. Manvi, the next two lines.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the next line?
यहाँ पे at let's
Last.
remove the eggs. Duck break
Break.
little ducks coming out.
Come out.
Coming.
Okay, next line.
Only
Only one egg is left.
Yes.
It is a very big
One.
one.
Okay, good. Thank you. Vani, the next line. Vani.
Egg is left. It is a very big one
Okay.
at last.
At last.
At last, it breaks.
Yes.
Come out.
Out comes.
Out comes a big
ugly.
ugly duckling.
Very good. Thank you. Next line. Mustafa.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, read the next
Next
line.
line. His brother and
Brothers.
SISTER sisters
Yes.
LAUGH
Laugh.
laugh at him Be- because he is different.
Okay. Next sentence. Taiba.
The the poor duckling is very sad. He runs away.
Okay, thank you.
So
Aban, the next line.
soon it
Soon.
is winter. He
Soon. Say
spent
that word. Soon.
soon it is winter. He spent the day in a farm.
Okay, thank you. Next, Aradhya. Aradhya.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have the book, Aradhya?
No,
No. You don't
no,
have?
ma'am.
Okay, fine. Satakshi, the next line.
Then spring follows. Okay. One day he sees some swan.
Satakshi, your camera is off. Read again, Satakshi.
Then spring season.
Then spring follows.
Yes. One day he sees some swans on the
Lake.
lake.
Okay, thank you. Next, Bhavika.
Yes, ma'am.
The next line. He says, children, you have to put your finger on the book and follow the lines so that any child who I ask should continue reading. The break should not be there. You have to pay attention, all of you. Okay, Arnav Birle, you continue.
Yes, ma'am. Then he say they are so beautiful. Then
Okay,
he
fine.
looked.
Thank you. Thank you. Rudra, continue. Rudra, continue. Quickly, there shouldn't be any breaks. You have to follow where the others are reading.
Then he
Hmm?
looked to the water.
Yes.
He sees
Sees himself.
himself in the water.
Okay, thank you. Bhavika, come on, read
He
from there.
is
Bhavika.
not
Rudra, thank you. Bhavika, come on, read.
welcome, ma'am.
Yes, Bhavika, read. He is not. He is not. From there, you read.
He is a
He is not.
beautiful.
He
He is
is
he
not.
is not
Yes.
in an ugly duckling
Anymore.
anymore.
Hmm.
He is a beautiful white white
Swan.
sun.
Okay,
Sun.
thank you. Next, Sayansh. Sayansh, read that line.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, read the next line.
The children say,
O
oh,
ओ एच को हम पढ़ेंगे ओ.
oh, look at the
Lovely
lovely
swan
sun. He
is
is
so.
so handsome.
Okay. Sidra, the last line. Sidra, the last line.
The little duckling the little duckling is happy now.
Okay, thank you. So, children, now for your homework, remember that you're going to read the lesson very well. And I'll be sending you the difficult words. You'll write them in your English literature copies and learn those spellings also. Right? Okay, who has joined from Dipali Yadav's ID? Vikrant, is that you? Vikrant?
Mom,
That's Vikrant?
mom मेरी बहन है.
वो विक्रांत है ना जिसने दीपाली यादव की आईडी से ज्वाइन करा है.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
okay, Vikrant, fine. All right, children, with that we finish with your English class for today. You can take a break, then we'll meet in the next period. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye. Thank you. Bye.